Audio is up. Audio. Don't mention the P word. Jackbooted thugs aren't welcome in this house.
I don't know if are we running out over there?
Oh, hold on.
Turn the game a little bit.
There we go. I need to, oh yeah, we are.
Hold, please. We have a new setup. We're trying to figure things out.
Adjust the gain a bit on the mic.
No, I just had to turn volume down on OBS.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm in front of the camera. New orientation because house has been remodeled. But hey everybody, I'm Miro. I'm on this end of the table, which is the same end of the table I've been on for a while, but we've spun it for.
We've both gone 180 degrees and also no degrees.
I couldn't tell where the camera was.
By the lights.
The lights blinded me.
Blinded by the light.
No.
Anyway, I'm Miro, and I will be the keeper for this Monster of the Week game. It's going to be a shorter session. Session 0 doesn't count. Thinking about 4 episodes, it might go to 5. It depends on what y'all do. It could be 1 if you just decide to set New Orleans on fire. I mean, it's possible. I know y'all. I've seen what you do.
I've been to that
You throw
museum.
pocket leaves
I don't
at
want to.
Fillmore. That's what you do. Is throw pocket leaves at Fillmore. Anyway, so I'm Miro. I will be the keeper for this game called the Exposition.
Stay out of it.
Get out the art cabinet, dog.
Aw, pitiful.
The old man has multiple chairs to jump into now because the dining room table
You
is.
can sit in the chair, I just don't want to be in paint.
Anyway, so what we're going to be doing, this is a session 0. Nobody has a character built yet. I have rough details on the game right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on building characters. We are going to build a couple faces that will be in the game so that y'all have input on people you could meet too. And we will have a little short adventure to explain how everybody met because I really don't like the, you saved me, we're related, we loved each other, now we hate each other. I don't know, we were at a fucking Waffle House one time and we ordered the same pecan waffle with the same style hash browns. They don't make them anymore because now you can't get that addition to your hash browns, so you commiserate and, stuff. I don't know. Also, 1800s Waffle House not real.
Nope, not at all.
No, not at all. Not yet, at least.
Except for the one in Gretna. Or West Wego. The West Wego Waffle House still exists currently.
Too many rules.
Anyway, so let's start on the other side. I've introduced myself and we'll go from there back this way.
Hi, I'm Neysa Does Cosplay, and I don't know who the hell I am yet. We're gonna find out.
Hi, my name is Ninja Spence 21, and me likewise. I don't know who I am yet.
I'm Frey. I think I'm going to play the Searcher, that's all I know.
Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, which if you watch us, well, at this point I don't know how you don't. Monster of the Week is a D6 game created by Michael Sands and published through Evil Hat. It is a extremely fun game that requires me, the keeper, to do literally no dice rolls. All I do is react. It is so wonderful for me. It's also why I'm looking at Crescendo of Violence and Blades in the Dark and possibly even Candela Obscura or some of the other Enlightened World or Illuminated World games that might be coming from Darrington Press because, again, DM Light systems are my favorite. So, while y'all are looking at what you want to make, let me set this up. The name of this game is going to be the Exposition. It is set in 1884 in New Orleans at the World's Cotton Centennial Exposition, a sort of World's Fair. And the reason I got to say sort of World's Fair is, depending on which source you go to, it is or is not acknowledged as an actual World's Fair. There are several worldwide events that are both a World's Fair and not a World's Fair. And to also be fair, the other one that happened in New Orleans in the 80s, where they built the big boardwalk mall, almost bankrupted the whole World's Fair company. So, anyway, so, want you to know, this is where we, for fun history fact, this is where the Audubon Park is, and this is why we have the Audubon Park. Originally, the Audubon Park had been used for military drills and was just a big open area between St. Charles and the Mississippi River. But for the World Cotton Centennial, they turned it into a massive fairground. And that is where we get the part that we have today. There was a zoo. It was not safe because it was an 1800s zoo.
There was a box. There was a bear in it. The bear couldn't turn anything but turn around.
No, it was more like there's a box with a bear in it. Wait, where's the bear? Roar.
No, that's more Monroe Zoo.
No, this was the original Audubon Zoo. Things got out because they're like, they don't jump. They also didn't think certain apes could open a door. And there's one thing that people have learned. Orangutans are smart. In fact, they're so smart that they convince us they can't talk so they don't have to pay taxes in Thailand. That is still my favorite internet/urban legend to come out of the South Asian Peninsula right there. Or the, I don't know, China, I don't know if that's
I
correct.
don't know.
Anyway, so to give you an idea, the main building was a 33-acre steel and wood structure.
That's
33
literally,
acre structure.
33-acre.
that's almost as big as the property I live on. That's insane.
Yeah, it was a big open pavilion.
God.
That was the main building. The next most extravagant building was the Mexico Pavilion. That's partially because the guy who was in charge of the money took the money and ran, went to Mexico, and then helped them put a pavilion at it using some of the money he stole from it, because he stole $1.7 million in 1884 money.
Yep.
Extrapolating that like 3-4 times for today monies.
At least.
So the big thing about this, for the historical standpoint, is this fair did go bankrupt. It was open for a very short time. Well, I shouldn't say short time. It was open for most of a year. President Judge Arthur opened the grand ceremonies with a telegraph. And so, yeah, that's the history of this. So the setting will be basically the Audubon Zoo. I will have a map printed for y'all for the actual game next week or whenever we have the next one. I can't find any playbills for it. There's just a picture of the main building, and then there's the map. So we'll go with. I'll have that for you so you can see. So you can tell me where you're going to go, because it's like every Monster of the Week we do. It's theater in mind. We're not getting minis out or anything like that. And since also for the folks at home, we did a themed meal earlier of red beans and rice. So every time we do this, we're going to try to do a themed meal, but one of the big problems for cooking anything in Louisiana is the sheer amount of carbs you have to put into it. I'm sorry.
I got the baby diabetes.
I'm not allowed to clip that.
No.
Anyway, I was thinking po' boys one week.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have the bread.
No, white bread. I got whole grain bread.
So we might do po' boys one day. I'm trying to find a traditional Louisiana breakfast, because I'm trying to find anything that doesn't rely on seafood, because I don't eat it. So that's the setup. So we're looking at late 1800s New Orleans. So for other historical context, Reconstruction ended about 7 years ago. So New Orleans is it's tense. The ghost of the Civil War looms pretty heavy. The unseen hand and the hate that was General Butler still talked about by people. It's not unusual to find a chamber pot with his face in it still in a store. The port has popped back up to life. The economy's starting to come back. And also the other fun fact, the reason this is called the Cotton Centennial is the oldest receipt for selling cotton in Louisiana was from 1784. The other fun fact about that, they listed non-voluntary workers on the receipt. And I was like, that means slaves. I'm looking at the document, it says slaves, but
That means
the internet article said non-voluntary workers. I'm like, or involuntary workers. Those are called slaves. Don't whitewash history. It's fucking slavery. Acknowledge it. Also, the beverage I'm drinking tonight is a slightly modified version of a mint julep.
I have water.
So, and if anybody else would like a mint julep, I can make one for you.
Anyway.
Anyway, so what's everybody looking at playing?
I'm looking at the searcher.
Searcher? Doing something different, something weird?
Yeah.
Going to do a Monstrous.
Monstrous?
I'm going the complete other direction from what I usually do. Y'all saw it here first. I'm gonna play a Mundane.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
A complete departure.
Okay, so, real quick, explain. Just read. Oh, the searcher doesn't have
It doesn't
level
have anything.
Oh, you are storyless.
So I'm gonna look. Okay, the searcher kind of falls into an Agent Mulder
Like,
vibe.
it's like there was, in the moves it says, first encounter. One strange event started you down this path, sparking your need to discover the truth behind the unexplained. Decide what the event was, pick category.
Okay,
So I saw something weird that made me want to find more weird shit. I
yeah,
guess.
you're basically Agent Mulder. Do I need to find a hot redhead to accompany you as a NPC? We'll just call him Charlie.
Oh boy.
Spence, you're going with the Monstrous. Read the description.
That the description says that the thing underneath the title, because that it is just basically says that I feel the hunger and lust to destroy, but I fight it. I never give in. I am not human anymore. Not really, but I have to protect those who still are. That way I can still tell myself I am different to the other monsters. Sometimes that I can't even believe it. So basically, for those at home, the Monstrous, just think about like any kind of fantasy race, like, you know, for just that this one, I am going to be a vampire, but you can also be like an orc, a fairy with a shotgun, a kitsune, or even just a ghost, even.
Spike from Buffy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or Angel.
We don't talk about that.
I dislike
Listen
Angel
here.
so much more than Spike.
I'm the exact opposite. Spike is babe.
No, I'm saying I dislike Angel so much more than Spike.
I thought you said you just
No,
like him. I'm sorry.
I like Marsters. I enjoy Marsters. Angel.
I need to brag for a minute. Because I have 2 autographs from Marsters. One, my sister actually got for me right before COVID first locked down back in March 2020. And it's on he autographed in silver on a mint in package action figure of Spike. That my sister somehow snagged on eBay for me. My second autograph is from Fan Expo last year before, so 21. And straight up, it's a full print, and it's one where he's done up a Spike, and he's got the trench coat and everything, and he's lounging in a chair, man spread, and he signed "Bite Me" right in the crotch. Because he knows the worst.
That sounds like Marsters. If I was to meet him and get him to autograph anything, the serious thing I'd want him to sign is are you okay?
Yeah.
Is a Dresden Files book. But I'd also want to find, let's see, Dungeons and Dudes, which is a really bad. It's by the same people who did the movie Orcs, and the guy who's like the pseudo hero knight guy from Mythica.
Okay.
Marsters plays the bad guy in a really bad D&D knockoff movie. Like, I love it because they fight a horde of orcs and it's just one dude green screen doing. Anyway, they almost rotoscoped him too, and I would have loved that more. So, everybody, go ahead. I won't make you pick a name immediately.
Oh wait,
go ahead.
did I need to read the Mundane?
Oh yeah,
disclaimer?
read the Mundane thing.
You heard about how monsters only pick on people with crazy powers who can fight back on even terms? Yeah, me neither. But hell, I ended up in this monster hunting team, so I gotta do what I can, right?
Okay. So now everybody look at your stat alignments and go ahead and start picking your stats. And while you do that, see,
I mean, ratings?
yeah, your ratings, like what you're gonna put in your tough, your sharps.
see.
Got it.
Kanan is starting to work on his house.
Done.
Okay.
This character is gonna be so easy to put together.
Okay, since you're already done, tell me what you picked.
All right. Went with the first line for the mundane, which is charm +2, cool +1, sharp nil, tough 1, and weird -1. Not a magic person. For once in my life.
Have you found a name for your character?
Yes,
Okay,
actually.
Base.
Gabriel, otherwise known as Gabba, Dance.
Neysa is playing Gabriel, which is just Gabba.
Gabbo.
Gabbo.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Dance.
Dance, like.
To dance, yes.
Okay. Mundane. Spence, have you picked your stats?
Yes. My stats are going to be 0 charm, -1 cool, +2 sharp, -1 tough, but +3 weird. And in that, my character's name is going to be Chanterelle Chanty Pinkerton.
Dead already.
What?
Because you chose Pinkerton as the last name.
Oh.
He doesn't like that.
You said
Remember?
Chanterelle like the mushroom?
That's what.
Yeah, it's just missing an E.
I misspelled it, but I know that's how I spell Chanterelle. And that's Monstrous. Have you picked him?
I'm trying to figure it
She's played the one she's never played before.
out. Well, yeah, but I'm also trying to look at my moves at the same time because some of these make so I don't have to roll investigate a mystery to actually ask a mystery question. There's some that
Yeah,
help my act under pressure. So.
The searcher gets some really dope, weird things like that. There's also some abilities that equate to similar, like can't remember who has it, but you can tell if someone's lying. I think that's the flake. Or that might be the mundane.
I don't know. Let me go find out.
I can't remember. You can
It is the
automatically
flake, I believe.
know someone's automatically lying.
I think that's the flake.
It don't look like it's me.
Okay.
No, then that'd be fair because then that harm is going to be nasty if that gets off.
Horn.
I'm gonna do
Harm.
this one.
Oh, harm. I thought you said horn. It's like, yeah, I got a saxophone. Saxophones were around the late 1800s, I believe.
I'm gonna do +1 charm.
Dude got struck by lightning twice and still invented the saxophone just to spite Zeus.
0.
Oh,
Suck it, Kronos Air. I still made this instrument. Zeus. Damn it. Now I'm gonna have to learn how to play that.
Foiled again.
Apollo's over there just already tooting it.
Toot toot.
Let's see what I do.
Speaking of that, I need to catch up on Lore Olympus.
Yes, you do.
I saw the baby.
You didn't read last week's?
Wait, is that the one where Persephone went
sure, why
and
not?
found
Let's
the
do
old girl?
feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Which
read
old
that.
girl loose?
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
that one.
Here,
He didn't-
have a petting zoo for trying to steal my man's.
I was like, I want the two-headed pony.
It's like, are you gonna kill me?
And the best,
I don't want to do the paperwork.
the best part of the pony is its name is Boo. It's a two-headed
Was
underworld
it boo or
horse,
is
and
it bow?
no, it's in Greek pronunciation. It's Boo.
Oh.
Bucephalus.
It's just Boo. He's an underworld two-headed pony. His name is Boo. It's adorable. Okay.
Yeah, so I have caught up then. It's just I'm going through and like, oh, you're going with that section of the mysteries for where Dionysus came from. Well,
Yeah.
sort of. Because that version of the Mysteries is way creepier, because in that one, Hades and Zeus are the same entity. It just depends on where Zeus
Or
is.
Hades and Poseidon are the same entity.
It just depends on
Yeah.
where, like, Zeus, when he goes to the underworld, becomes...
Because in the Eleusinian Mysteries, it's actually the proto-Poseidon becomes what we then learn to be Hades. And is only a placeholder because the Eleusinian Mysteries, Kore becomes the Persephone, the Dread Queen.
Yep.
And the Hades character is just her side piece. And in the Eleusinian Mysteries, it's a proto-Poseidon. Mostly because Poseidon, Earthshaker, it makes logical sense to switch him to
It does.
an underworld minerals deity.
Also, I do love, and you knew this already because it's what you study,
Yeah. That's my special interest.
is the amount of why the realm Hades and the god Hades have the same name is because you didn't want to say Hades' actual name.
Which is super fun anyway. And
I know, it's one of the things I love about some of the oldest religions in the world is I literally don't mention you so you will leave me the fuck alone, oh powerful deity.
That's why we have epithets. That's why in Homer, especially, all of the majority of the gods are named first by the things they do, not their actual names. Even Aphrodite, who everybody wants to have her attention, right? Is not named Aphrodite first. You call her by other terminologies and epithets. The lady of blue waters and shit like that. So, she who makes
The
men's
Dawn
hearts
Father.
palpitate.
Ooh, I could have like a familiar.
Alright, so what'd you pick for your stats there?
+1 charm, -1 cool, because I'm taking something where I can roll more weird instead of cool. +1 sharp, 0 tough, 2 weird.
Okay, have you come up with a name?
No.
Okay. It's the reason why when I designed the fin for Arax, which is now in this room with all the other game stuff, the three orc deities, Grimush, Luthic, and I can't remember the name of the orc god of chaos that is the source of magic in my world, but the worst curse a Finn orc can give you is may Grimush turn his eye on you. May Luthic wake you may Luthic tuck you into bed.
Okay, that scared me.
Because every actual...
I still like the one that I came up with.
What is that?
May all your gods turn their backs on you, and mine turn their eyes upon you.
Yeah, it's... So the way it is like a prayer of the Finn
You
before
want
they
the
go...
orc gods to leave you the fuck
They
alone?
pray for them to not notice them.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
it's very much the Homer Simpson of, Dear Lord, don't mess this up for me. Like, they go out to sea, they pray to Grimush that storms do not come. They pray that Grimush looks upon something else.
Like anything time I do a paladin thing, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna. No, they're not looking.
So it's one of those. I love this concept that the entire Finn orc population, which is just one culture of orc in my game, are very much shamanistic, animalistic. They worship genus loci. They pay respects to nature spirits. They really don't want their gods to ever pay attention to what the fuck they're doing, because it just makes everything worse.
When I first started reading tarot with my deity specific deck, for a while I thought that I was receiving information from Cernunnos, who's one of the original Celtic chaos gods. Like he's not, you don't want him, he's the green man. He's the green man of the forest, and you don't want his attention because he is pure chaos and you cannot really comprehend him, so you're always going to end up with the worst end of the stick.
Hooray, Cthulhu.
But it was only because I wasn't capable of interpreting every, like, I really had to go back and, like, look at all of the like really between the lines symbolisms to figure out that it wasn't Carnunos. It was actually probably more along the lines of Dagda, which is just the Celtic father god.
Yep.
And
That's
he's a lot
a cauldron.
he's a lot more chill. You can deal with him a little better.
Is it Dagda that has the cauldron of plenty?
Mhm.
Okay.
He's also got a big ass like hammer or some shit too.
Yeah, I had I ran a while she's still working. I ran a Dresden game in Galway, and there was four families that ran Galway, taking a little bit from actual Galway history. Which, by the way, did you know Galway is actually the origin of a oh no, I can't say that word. It was a family's last name, and one of them got hung and tarred and feathered and left out in the middle of the street, strangling to death. So you can probably figure out from Southern history what that last name probably was.
Wendy.
It begins with a L.
Yorona?
No, no. It's
Hewitt, you're not being clear at all.
I can't say the actual
Right.
word on Twitch.
Scribble.
One of the families that ran Galway for a very long time had that last name.
I got you.
And now that last name is synonymous with an action.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I took several of those ancient family names and turned them into, there's 8 Fey families that existed in or just around Galway.
They were herpes.
And that family was Harpies that had migrated there. But I brought in the cauldron of Dagda was the item, one of the 4 treasures that was misplaced. And someone was using it for big bad. Like, here's something that will generate a lot of food. Depending on what else you put into it, it could generate a lot of disease.
Dagda's cauldron goes missing a lot in the lore.
That's why I picked it.
It's like Thor's hammer. It's always going missing.
Thor. Fuck.
I just had it and now it's gone again.
Loki.
I didn't do nothing, man.
Just saw it. Very large hand from an angry redhead dragging him back. Loki. Shit.
Does anyone else pick your stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still working on that. Okay, so we got distracted. Session 0, y'all. Behind the
Yeah.
scenes, whatever.
Just chill.
Anyway, so I'm gonna refill my cup. You have you picked your abilities?
No, I was waiting for instruction to do so. I was trying not to run ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Y'all pick your abilities while Em is figuring out her stuff in a name.
I don't even think about a name yet. I'm trying to figure out one of these to pick.
Your name is
I will come up with a name.
with
No.
Ted.
No. You are not allowed to pick a name because you pick stupid names. Samantha.
Oh, just
Alejandro.
I am just stuck on one handy weapon. That is all I'm stuck on.
Now weapons will have to modify
Right.
slightly because we'll keep the same stat block for
Yeah.
them, but I mean we okay. So at this point, 1886 or 1884, you have repeating rifles.
Right.
You have you still have holdovers like the Lamont cap and ball shotgun / handgun combo. You got bullet casings, and you also still have people using cap percussion
Yeah.
and ball for their firearms. So I mean, there's a plethora of things. However, I will tell you, you're not allowed to have a Gatling gun.
No, it doesn't have that on gear anyway.
You just roll it out. You know, I picked a machine gun, so I just
On a cart.
you just have like a carriage system with a Gatling gun on it. It's like, yeah, that's not sus at all. Like, I have it in the. How'd you get it through the door? The door is a single door. You didn't roll the whole ass Gatling gun through a fucking single door. I shot the door wider. Well, now the cops are coming.
Not the constable.
No, dude, you still got. This is when NOLA PD. Nope is still showing up at this time.
Mm.
Alright, I'm stuck on trying to figure out what I want my last one to be.
Because y'all are the talky. Well, I got some talky stuff, but.
What do you mean you're playing a low charisma vampire? What are you doing?
It was either that or else. I will eventually be able to, like, as soon as we level up, that I will get the basically that the ability to use where is it? Unnatural appeal instead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because then I just didn't want to just go with just unholy strength because that bite attack of mine 4 harm.
I've been trying to remember a word. There's a word for rakish. As soon as I start talking about it, that's the word I needed. Rakish.
But yeah, then that I'm trying to figure out like what in the world just that this last piece of gear I need is. I'm like that. I don't want to go sword or anything. No.
We don't have the Cruiser Shank yet. That's in the future, like almost 200 years.
That is with the other searcher. Cruiser Shank. For those that don't know, that the Cruiser Shank was an item used to basically shank vampires, where we had basically turned a cross necklace into a shield.
It wasn't a necklace though. It was like a full-on piece
You're walking
of
around
art.
like an anime character or a
in
Guilty
the-
Gear fighter with like a whole sharpened ass crucifix.
It was
from
literally
an altar.
it was literally like on the altar in the church where the vamps were trying to do their ritual thing, and we just literally turned it into
A
here,
shank,
take
a prison
this in the
weapon.
heart. I think I'm good.
Alright, tell me what you got.
So for my moves, I get to pick 3. So I picked Oops. If I want to stumble across something important, all I have to do is tell the keeper. I'll find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to my immediate problems. I'm choosing these because they fit with the backstory that I've already got going. I also chose What Could Go Wrong. Whenever I charge into immediate danger without hedging my bets, I get to hold 2, which is essentially I have 2 points that I can spend on any of the following 3 things. To inflict 1 harm, to reduce someone's harm suffered by 1, or to take a +2 forward on an act under pressure roll. My last move is Don't Worry, I'll Check It Out. Whenever I go off by myself to check out somewhere or something scary, it's basically a freebie experience before I even have to do anything else. So,
Stop.
Yep.
this character is Gabo is a young buck, and he has had really good luck with a lot of different things, so he feels a little bit untouchable.
Like that one crocodile.
And I ain't even the crocodiles we're worried about, mate. It's all the gold I found in Kilimunda.
You didn't find gold there.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
You can tell that to my bank account in Switzerland.
One of the people you went, there ain't no place named Switzerland. Unless you're talking about Switzerland.
Anyway,
That's pyrite, mate.
that's my 3 moves.
Alright, so I had to pick a curse. My curse was feed. Basically, feed. You must feed on the substance of living humans. It might be the form of blood, brains, or spiritual essence. It must be from people. I have to act under pressure to resist feeding whenever the perfect opportunity presents itself. So my natural attacks were the obvious base teeth, and that the extra was I get to deal an additional harm to it. So then that the bite attack is going to deal 4 harm if that goes off. My moves are immortal. I don't age or sicken, and whenever I suffer harm, I suffer 1 less. And I have mental dominion. Whenever I gaze into a normal human's eyes, I get to exert my will over them. Roll plus charm. 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 and 9, you hold 1. You may spend your hold to give them an order. Regular people will follow your order, whatever it is, while that the hunters can choose whether or not that they do it or not. If that they do, that they get to mark experience. And then that my normal gear is just basically an S-stock, kind of like a fencing sword type.
Stock your blade.
Mm-hmm.
Nice basket hilt and handle cover. Is it intricate?
Mm-hmm.
You got the cloth underneath it.
Yep.
What color is the cloth?
Light purple.
Nice. We just have Prince as a sword now.
when doves cry.
Okay. I've given her a name.
Wait, what's her name?
Elsie Porter.
Elsie Porter.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need party names.
For my first encounter moves, I have a cryptid sighting. You take note of any reports of strange creatures. Whenever you first see a new type of creature, you may immediately ask one of the investigative mystery questions. Then I get 2 moves I get to pick. One. I picked one as just another day. When you have to act under pressure due to a monster phenomenon or a mystical effect, you may roll plus weird instead of plus cool. I'm trying to decide on my second one. If I could have a guardian and a little magical ally.
Hi. I'm here to protect you.
Oh god.
It could be a spirit, alien, cryptid. It could be like.
I come from Neptune.
It could be invisible and intangible spirit thing. That's what it says. Weird creature disguised as an animal or disguised as a person.
I once dressed up as a hamster, but then everybody asked me if I was from Uranus, and I said, those are gerbils.
Well, you just convinced me not to do that. So
Come on, my name's Beep Boop.
No, you're just gonna be the annoying little pixie from Dresden.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Oh
There's
no.
also one that gives me suffer less harm. There's fellow believer. People understand you've also known strangeness. Bystanders will talk to you about weird things they would not trust another hunter or a mundane official to believe.
I don't talk to the cops about this shit, but like, there's a leprechaun.
And
I got this leprechaun flute that's been in my
Occam's-
family for 200
Occam's
years.
broadsword, when you first encounter something strange, you may ask the keeper what sort of thing it is. They'll tell you if it or the cause is natural, unnatural, a weird phenomenon, or a person.
Do you want to give me that Fey deal right there? You want to give me
I
that
don't want
Fey
to play
deal?
with you no more.
You have lost your privileges already.
I'm already
I can tell you I know what the fuck it is.
I'm already in trouble.
Take fellow believer, because I don't really talk to that shit.
Okay, so you have people that'll be more willing to talk to you.
People, they understand and have no strangeness. Bystanders will talk to you about weird things they would not trust another hunter or
What is
a
the
official.
Alright, let's look at equipment. Neysa, have you... Spencer, I mentioned equipment. Got in that stock.
So on my list of options were a pocket knife or multi-tool that I would just like to flavor as a Bowie. It's canon timeline appropriate because Bowie knives 1830s onward.
This is a knife.
It's a really nice knife. It's long and it does a good job of cutting things. And then another one of my options was a small handgun. And after a little bit of juggling, I wanted to go with a Beaumont Adams revolver, which is approximately 1850s England, 11.25 inches stock to barrel.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cap and ball, though, right? Not that that doesn't actually matter. It's just that's one of the fun things I like about antique firearms. Because here's the deal. Fun fact, Internet. If you buy a cap and ball percussionary fire instrument, it is not considered a firearm in most of the 50 states. It is considered a replica, and it is inert because even if you loaded it, it can't discharge until you put a percussion cap on it.
You want to get people arrested.
No.
Okay, so it says it's a black powder double action percussion revolver.
Yeah, that. I'm not going to make you keep up percussion caps. This
Okay.
this system doesn't have it. It's just I'll tell you this.
All I know is it's got the nice like
It's
extra long
pretty.
barrel in it, and it's got the little thumb hammer.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's shiny.
From someone who had doing Civil War reenactment, percussion caps can be awesome. Percussion caps can suck because
I mean,
then
yeah.
you're sitting there with big fat dumb fingers like. Mother.
I went with this one because it said it was in direct competition with Colt, and specifically this was the British cavalry pistol of choice until about 1880 something. And so Gabba would be able to get one of those last time he was in GB.
Yeah.
So
Man.
Honestly, you could probably still get one of those in Australia as well.
I have reasons. I have
Okay.
reasons for everything I'm saying.
Okay. You okay?
Your daughter's little feet are kicking.
Why is it when she acts
Hey,
up that
boyo.
she's my daughter?
That's how that works, don't you know?
When he acts up, he's your son. So,
Mm-hmm.
I get blamed for all the bad stuff.
to be fair, a lot of his I'm gonna touch all the things habits come from your
Paw
son.
paw.
And you have it too.
I am much more discerning.
That no. You hit every other button, he hits every button on the shelf. That's
Yeah.
not much better.
As far as means of transport, I'm supposed to get one, but obviously these are modern choices. Obviously, because I'm a horse girl, I'm leaning toward a horse instead of either a bicycle or a fairly new car in decent condition.
You have the newest steam-powered French car, which is actually, which is actually
1886. We're not.
the steamroller, the first automobile that the French made, and I think the time period's off, but they made a steam-powered car, but it was a fucking steamroller. It had two wheels and a link in the middle, and the reason it never got sold is because they tested it and it ran over its own manufacturing facility and destroyed it.
What year are we in?
1884.
Okay, so
You have a horse.
Yeah.
yeah. Running into that with mine too. You get a laptop. No, I don't.
His name is
You
Gibraltar.
got an almanac.
A
Just a
car
bunch of
or a
almanacs.
motorcycle. No, I don't.
You can have a bicycle or a pony.
It's just got steam powered, so it goes a bit faster than normal.
Bicycle. Even if I did have, even if there had been cars yet, I couldn't drive one
That's true.
because it's New Orleans in the 1880s.
Yep. Does anyone know what one of the first laws passed about automobiles in the state of Louisiana
I
was?
do.
City of New Orleans. A woman cannot drive more than 3 miles an hour, and her husband must be 50 feet in front of her, wielding a giant red flag announcing his wife is driving, to let everyone know and to beware and take
Oh,
out the.
no.
My thing is, I wonder how many husbands got run over on purpose.
No, by accident.
Oh no, my feminine wiles have caused this vehicle to go
Oh
out
no,
of
I
control.
cannot believe it. How did this happen?
What a tragedy! Starts cashing insurance checks.
A camera, which back then the camera would have been an unwieldy thing.
You could still
You
have.
can have a
camera.
daguerreotype.
Yeah, they're mobile.
Binoculars, 2 sets of investigation tools, and 1 self-defense weapon. I don't think I would have a bag of cameras and microphones. But I'm going to have cryptid hunting gear and historical documents and witness reports of strange events. Self-defense weapon. I feel like a walking stick. Something,
You
but
got a whoopee stick.
there's only, okay,
Shillelagh bonk.
there's only one thing that does more than one harm, and it's a handgun.
Yes.
You can carry a
Yes.
small handgun.
Annie Oakley over there.
You could carry a
I want to be
derringer.
able to hurt things because I'm not super tough. The walking stick's only going to do so damn much, so I'm going to take a small handgun. Derringer or something, I don't know.
I don't know, Derringer is a one-arm weapon. I've seen those damn things. There's a good chance that thing fires and I'm going, ow.
Misfire.
Hang on. Let me go figure some Google again. Let's see. Annie Oakley's pistol.
She mostly carried, I think Annie Oakley mostly did rifle, but I know she did have a handgun. But I mean, you could have a Colt, you could have a Smith & Wesson.
I don't care. This is the gun. If it hits and does 2 harm, I'm good.
If it
She just pulls out a.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
She just pulls out a Walker revolver.
Just
Oh boy.
We had someone join our TVA server.
oh,
Hello.
I didn't invite anybody. Oh wait, no, that's the public one.
Yeah. By the way, a Walker revolver is something that would nearly dislocate my shoulder.
Oh,
Walker revolvers, I would like a replica one, mostly because when it doesn't have ammunition, it very much functions as a 5-pound club. Like, it ranks up with Vash the Stampede's guns for a gun that I enjoy. Or Alucard's guns, even though those are modern.
That gun is heavy.
Because
Bitches.
I mean they're 15
Oh,
inches
hello,
long
baby.
and they're 44 cal.
That the dog has cleaned the spot in front of me.
Bitches.
Love cannons. That should be clipped.
I'm not getting up and doing that.
We looking for to reach, so
I eventually got to figure out where my Bluetooth shit is so I can try to Bluetooth it to there.
And just start Bluetooth clipping things.
Well, no, I'm saying I have to plug something into my computer for Bluetooth to be received.
Oh, Dad, you can easily get a Bluetooth dongle
Oh,
off
no,
Amazon.
I have one.
I have a USB, like this is a USB wireless.
I don't. The one that came with the computer is the only one I found that worked on that computer because that computer is a finicky bitch.
Shame.
Naughty, naughty.
That's in the living room. Okay, so has everybody picked their equipment?
Yes.
Okay, so after an hour of character creation, which let me rephrase that for anybody that
No,
watches this.
it's an hour of going on bunny trails.
And character creation.
What's the bunny trails?
I feel attacked. I feel attacked publicly on the internet.
Am I wrong?
Neysa's over there doing a bunny, and Emily and I are just staring at each other.
I'm just here.
All right, so
The vampire's the only one that has any focus.
You find yourselves in the city of New Orleans. This is going to be about 6 months prior to what's the actual main game.
We said 1886, right?
1884.
You told me 1886 earlier, and that's what I wrote down.
I'm sorry.
I have to adjust math.
I keep missaying the date. 1884. Sorry.
1884. Hang on.
Bad history.
Let me fix my math, because I already have math. Math is required.
Gonna give a very, very controversial hot take on history. When it comes to history that's more than 100 years old, a year or two doesn't actually fucking matter.
It does if I'm going from 30 years old to 28.
Math.
In that case, it
It's
does.
hard.
I'm just saying, it's like when someone's like, it happened exactly on this day.
It's not that I needed to know exactly on what day. It's that I literally have a backstory already figured, and math is part of it. That means I have 7 years from when I reached the age of majority to do all the things that I've done.
All right, so, child, you good?
Bud?
Lil man, you good?
One of these been abducted by
1,
aliens.
2. Hey, you good?
Where do you think you're running?
Well, why didn't you answer?
I just told you.
No, you did not.
No, you did not. You did not respond. Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. We hear a thud from another room. We have concerns. So, you find yourselves in the city of New Orleans. Everybody roll me a d6 to see who's going to go first.
God, that was loud
Sorry.
already, Spence.
4.
Alright, so, Elsie, what brings you to the city of New Orleans?
Looking for weird things.
Louder.
Looking for weird things.
So you came to New Orleans just looking for weird things?
Weird things happen in this town.
Okay. Roll me a sharp roll real quick.
4.
You rolled 2 dice.
I knew that. Shut up.
It's not a Monster of the Week game if Emily forgets that she's supposed to roll 2d6.
10.
10. Okay, you found some very weird things in New Orleans since you got here. Where'd you originally come from?
Georgia.
Georgia. Came by train.
By a train.
The midnight train from Georgia?
Ba-bum-bum. You found some weird things. Most of them explainable. There's one shop you went by that had some adult toys carved out of wood that you have some concerns about.
I don't know how to feel about this town. Seems like it would hurt.
And used to be out in the open in New Orleans.
It still is.
They're not made out of wood anymore, though.
There's a shop called
The science has improved.
there's a shop called Pride on Bourbon,
Yep.
and they always have the doors open. It's wonderful.
They sell Necronomicox.
Unicorn dingles.
8, 10, and 12. Anyway. So that's one of the weirdest things you found. You've also found like the fake touristy curio crap that's there because it's always been in New Orleans. There was one guy who tried to talk to you about. I bet you can tell you where you got them shoes. You just kicked him in the balls.
Oh, my feet.
So that's what brings you to New Orleans. Is you're just looking for something weird. All right, who had the next highest? Spence. What brings you to New Orleans, Shanti?
Well, then that coming from all the way from basically Jamaica, basically coming in to basically show some of the locals how to actually fight with just a rapier and estoc and fencing because of my Victorian heritage from just my mother's side. But also then that coming in, just basically have to also check to make sure that you know that things are going on just fine.
Okay. And Gabo.
Gabba. Gonna say it right.
Gabba labo gabo.
This isn't Yo Gabba Gabba.
The Wiggles.
Oh.
That's a little more accurate from the region.
Chugga, 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 big red horse.
Okay.
Okay.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Okay. That's some flashbacks there. I am in New Orleans as a young bachelor, enjoying the high life. Cause I got money burning all in my pocket.
Came all the way from Australia to burn money in your pocket in New Orleans. This actually tracks.
Well, see, my shipping company that I founded after a loan from older brothers, right? We finally made it big and struck it rich, running between Jakarta and Cape Town. And so I'm just, bought them out so that it's all mine. Now I can do whatever the hell I want.
Till that economic collapse.
We're pretending that ain't gonna happen.
Hold on, when was the next panic?
Shut your face.
1890s, by the way.
Well, I still got 6 years.
So, Emily's letting out the dog. Wandering around looking for weird stuff. Okay. Where would you be in New Orleans?
Probably, if anything, honestly never been IRL, so I'm gonna just say probably just like up in like a mix between that the French Quarter and then probably that the up and coming 9th Ward if it's coming up.
I think at this time the 9th Ward was a swamp.
Oh well, then they're probably just at the middle of town and stuff because that her skin is basically like a little shade lighter than mine, like very light, almost as if Caucasian passing, but at the same time, then it probably just be setting up on just like a little stage, just basically showing off
Busking on the
moves
riverfront.
and stuff.
Okay, so just going around town.
Right.
Okay. Where would Gabba be?
Absolutely Bourbon Street.
Roll me tough.
God, that the same barkeep again.
I'd say it's a 4 and a 5 makes 9. Plus 1 is 10.
Okay, you're not drunk yet. You managed to find the blacksmith shop. The oldest bar in the city. So, you're going around looking for something weird.
Interesting. Interesting things. Weird things is what catches my interest.
What is this hate crime you're using for an accent
I'm
from
annoying
Georgia?
you so bad. And I'm gonna keep
I
doing
do
it.
declare.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to annoy the shit out of you.
Come on, Vivian Lee.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start channeling Jewish sugar baker just to annoy you too.
Fuck that. So, Bourbon Street. No, you can.
No, I'm not gonna.
You weren't going to anyway.
Yeah, I was.
Are you just going to be a sweet little debutante?
I was, but you're being an asshole, so I'm gonna be a bitch.
So we got anger issues. Taking out the baby beating you up on me. Not my fault. Entirely.
Well, kind of is.
Not entirely my fault.
We're gonna pretend that we're not here. For the
Right.
time being.
Same.
So, Bourbon Street, wandering in the quarter, which still has Bourbon Street, looking for weird stuff. Probably Bourbon Street.
It always starts on bourbon.
Almost. But I need everybody to give me a shark roll.
It tracks.
Okay, that's fair. That is an
10.
8.
10, 8.
I'm gonna take my 6 for experience.
Okay, you get an experience. Yeah, but you don't notice this.
Oh, I'm halfway up the pole.
But from the building that's just a little bit over from you, this one-story building you're drinking in, the two of you notice a window crash or smash open. The sound of something tumbling, but there's nothing visible. And someone is screaming up on the second story of one of these buildings of Spanish architecture, misnomered as the French Quarter.
What? Oh no, what in the world happened here?
How much sunscreen do you have on?
That I am the type that sun doesn't affect.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
What's your vulnerability then?
Feed. No,
Oh,
my
okay,
curse is
okay,
feed.
Okay.
No vulnerability though?
No vulnerability. I only pick one.
So, you also notice that some people who are a little swasty-faced at this point seem to be shoved out of the way.
Okay.
Let's see if I can follow where
Likewise.
it's going. Trying to see
Likewise.
what it
Alright,
goes through.
give me... Well, this is another sharp roll because you're tracking.
Not me, right?
No, you didn't notice.
Okay, that's good. That's a 12.
12. Okay, both of you. Both of you zone in on this. This is a weird little thing, but you're getting half glimpses of a creature.
So, could this be considered cryptid sighting?
Well, read me cryptid sighting.
Take note of any reports of strange creatures. Whenever you first see a new type of creature, you may immediately ask one of the investigating mystery questions.
Yes, yes, you may.
Where are the questions?
Oh, my binder's in my bag.
I may actually still have
Here we
a
go.
page.
We got it.
I might not be able to print as much as I have in the past because since they updated us to the Google OS,
Mm-hmm.
we're having to reinstall shit on all
Okay.
our computers.
What's being concealed here?
About a 4 foot tall creature of some sort
At least I don't know how tall it is now.
that seems to be weaving around people.
So wait.
And you'll both notice it seems to be dodging sunlight. Like it's sticking to the shadows and diving and moving between people.
Keep following it if I can.
Going to keep following too.
Okay. Both of y'all give me a act under pressure.
Okay, that's
I get to roll my cool. Or my weird. So,
Ooh, I don't.
What'd you get?
A 9.
Okay.
8.
Okay, so you both get a mixed success. So the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay to accomplish what you were doing.
It's hard choice, worse outcome,
Hard
price to
cho-
pay.
Worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
I choose hard choice.
I choose hard choice.
Okay. You can keep following this with this hard choice, or you can try to save the person that just shoved that's about to land in front of a cable car.
I'll try to save the person they shove in front of the cable car.
Another act under pressure for me.
I will basically try to follow it.
Fuck you, Jacoby.
Oh, 3, 4. I rolled 6!
So that's experience.
Oh no. I tried.
Okay, so you reach out to try to save him,
Oh.
and the cable car comes to a stop, but not before someone goes underneath. And you're staring at this. In this fictional New Orleans, there's a cable car that went down Bourbon. There's the St. Charles line. There wasn't one that went down Bourbon, I don't think. It's too narrow. You just keep going. You make that hard choice. You're like, they can die.
And I did.
They did. There's blood on you.
I figure.
You're like, no. So, you're still trying to, you're still able to track this thing. It's weaved back around. It's coming back like it looked like it was going to try to go one way, but then there's a house with a yard around one of these corners, and there's no shade. So you watch as this figure that's mostly invisible shoots back across and is running next to a cart and crosses a street and is now going down the other way, sticking to the shadows.
Alright, gonna keep on tracking it.
Give me another act under pressure.
Don't forget I got magic stuff.
Roll me sharp.
Me?
Yes.
That's an 8. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say act under pressure?
Act
or?
under pressure.
Oh, well, nope. That's going to be experience. Because that's a 5.
That's another experience. I got 6.
Okay, so you do not notice the person losing track of this creature on the other side of the road from you as one of the New
Covered in
Orleans,
someone's blood.
this New Orleans police officer just comes up. No, what don't happen here? You can see that he's trying to translate from a language that is in his head to English to ask you, because he sees you covered in blood.
They got pushed in front of their car, and I tried to grab them, but I
Who don't push?
I
Who don't push?
I don't know. I didn't really
It him?
see. No,
What him?
someone who ran.
What him?
They ran that way.
What her?
I know that it was not me.
It's someone.
You said, help me! I'm under here.
Oh God!
Oh,
Oh,
he's still alive. Damn.
Oh hell.
alright.
Well, do
Go
something.
I don't know, gonna back up, gonna kill, go forward, gonna kill. Gonna have lift.
The fuck language is he speaking in his head?
Gonna have lift. The Ponica Abra up.
Where is
Keep booming.
just to
I was trying to do Farmer Fran.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Then I'll
as he says that, just basically just going to just flicker just at the light violet eyes and just basically just try to do just a little bit of magic to basically get that to basically whenever he says that abracadabra lift that it can somehow lift it up.
roll weird. Roll
Just
weird.
like, I
We're
look
doing
like I can
we're
move
doing
anything in this
we're
stuff.
doing something that's inhumanly possible.
That is a 10.
As 10 goes off without a hitch, he goes, Abracadabra up.
Then just
Just he's crossing himself so fast. Someone just drags the guy. He's missing legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan, are you
They
okay?
only had 2 moves.
You don't know. He could could have been equipped enough for 3.
Oh no. Oh wait, but that's boxcars for my act under pressure. But that's for feed, so I resist not wanting to get the blood.
They're just stubs. He's
Oh.
missing these fingers.
Oh god.
Well, mighty fine. I'm still trying to get the accent down. Mighty fine. Officer, you did well.
Yeah, drink. Just walks into the
Give that
close.
man some medical attention first.
The guy pull him out. I'm a doctor. And a barber. And a masseuse. And a tax assessor.
I swear that. Are you from Jamaica? Because we have one of those too.
I'm gonna leave him in your hands then.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not from Jamaica. I'm from Macon. So y'all scatter from this little nonsense. I'm gonna say this. Give me. You know what? No. Gabbo, you notice a whole ass fucking trolley car get lifted. Just a whole. Well, actually, there'd probably be horses. So the horse let out there's a horse noise. Because I don't think electricity's not widespread at this point. So yeah, these are trolleys being pulled by horses. So the horse. What the fuck is this?
Hey mate, just slip Spence in here or something. 'Cause that's pretty weird out there.
Bartender turns and looks.
Yeah, you see it there?
Nah. That's normal.
They're fuck.
Normal.
I've got to buy one of them.
Mm-hmm. Have hydraulic lifts. Yep.
Right. Fair income.
Just an aspirated sigh. It's just like, oh, I haven't lost that thing.
Did you do that?
Do what exactly? Just gives just a little nod and a wink.
I'm gonna pay
You
my,
found weird shit.
pay my tab and take one to go and go see if I can figure out how they're pulling off this magic trick.
I mean, it's gone back down now. The dude's not under it.
I still want to figure it out.
But that creature we tried to find, well, I tried to find, that I lost track of it.
I was trying to find it too, but I also didn't want to get the poor man to get run over, and I did not succeed.
What time of day is it?
This is 100% noon. You
That
drunk-
tracks.
You drunk
That
bastard.
tracks.
Stag days.
But
Beautiful
you made
stuff.
me do that.
You understand Bourbon Street
Well,
never
yes, of
stops
course.
drinking.
I mean,
You can
that-
buy a drink at 6
I
a.m.
had
in the morning there.
I mean, I
and the
had
one
to-
place that's open is fine. Sorry, Spence.
I mean, I had to basically help him out a little bit that he said the wrong incantation.
How did you do that?
I mean, I have been alive for at least about 300 years, so I know a few things.
300 years.
Just dropping that shit just out like.
Do I need to roll anything like perception?
You know, roll sharp for me.
All right. Sure. Flat
Gabriel
rolls.
over here walking out drunk as shit.
Just walks by as we're
Those-
walking
those
by. I've been
are-
alive 300 years. What
Those,
the fuck?
those dropped flat. I'm gonna retry that. There we go.
So you get experience.
Hey guys.
Hey, you're gonna be leveling up. You just walk out. Shit, you don't notice nothing. Your horse walks up. Also doesn't notice anything because it's drinking too. In fact, it has one of those like funds with suds
Oh my god.
hats on while just drinking.
No.
Looking good, gibbets.
Hey, he's from Canada.
His name is Gibraltar.
But then
But
you can recognize the
everything.
arcane magics yourself.
Yeah, I notice strange happenings and seek them out.
I mean, I try to at least every now and then just basically.
I think you might be the strange happening.
I mean, I didn't do whatever happened to just that yonder over there now.
Well, no, but I'm wondering what that was.
Dan, you ain't got no legs.
I mean that, you know, that the thing that it was
I don't
just.
think we're having this conversation next to the man who got his legs chopped off by the freaking
Yeah.
rail car.
Oh no, they're playing tourniquets and telling me he needs to chew tobacco right now for the pain. This is 1800s medicine. Shit's wild. You want some cocaine?
I mean,
They're want to help with your teeth?
That if that you are indeed just that a researcher of the occult, if you will, then that I come from a line of let's just go with night dwellers, but you know that my bloodline comes from the daywalkers in a sense.
A vampire.
That'd be correct.
Or something. Vampire!
Oh,
That is the
They
name
just
of the
literally
drink.
stabbed someone. Ah!
Not hit.
And now there's a bar room fight in that bar.
These people are idiots.
You just hear,
You can
bar's
say
full of
that again.
vampires.
You can definitely say that again. I mean, then I come from the old Count Pinkerton.
I'm not very versed in the different.
You hear someone else yell Pinkerton, someone gets
Family.
punched, now there's a fight.
Perhaps we should leave the place with all the
I'm
drunkards.
gonna post up on the curb and just watch all this, man. This is
Yeah,
great
there's a fight over
entertainment.
here, there's a fight over here, and they're just talking in the middle of the street next to a nearly dead dude.
Yeah, I mean, then let's just go in there and make ourselves look just inconspicuous with just that rather dashing fellow over there just sitting down.
Just
Why
send that
would they-
horse, the horse is just drinking beer out of a
You
barrel.
want to be inconspicuous with a strange man with a horse drinking in the middle of the street.
I mean, everything else is always just going to be inconspicuous around here.
Someone just runs by
I
naked.
think he defines conspicuous.
I mean, you know that there are known knowns and then that there are known unknowns.
Someone runs by. I burst into flames!
Do you know him?
Not necessarily, but then he just looked like that he's the most sane out of all of us.
If you
Drunker than shit and the most sane.
If you say so.
Sure.
Alright, Neysa, what are your moves again?
Okay, so I can do oops, where if I want to stumble across something important, it's basically just an auto find something, but it's up to you whether it's actually useful right now or not. I
He
can
just
do
steps on one of our.
I can do what could go wrong, which is charging into immediate danger without thinking about it. Or don't worry, I'll check it out, where I go off by myself to figure something out scary. But
Okay.
that only gives me an experience. So.
Okay. Do you wish to use any of your abilities at this current time?
Sure. Let me oops. Let me get up from the curb and see what I stumble across.
You trip over something that you don't see, and you hear scurrying.
I'm gonna bend over very carefully and place the mug.
It is immediately gone the second your hand lets go of it because someone grabbed it and ran down the street with your drink.
I drained it.
Okay. I was like, shit!
Alright, and I'll put that right there.
You okay there?
You see where the mug went?
I think someone grabbed it and ran.
Yeah.
Was I sitting on somebody? How you Shayla's doing?
That we are doing all right.
Are you all?
Are
all
you
right?
okay?
And Barkeep's got some really good stuff. Really good stuff. Probably a little too strong for the Shaylas, but it's really good.
The bartender leans out, or a new bartender, shifts change, tall individual, dark brown hair. But boss seems just a little bit sexist there. You know, women can drink too in this day and age, and just leans back in.
Well, man, trying not
like
to
him.
imply that they was
him
loose
too.
is all.
Everybody give me a sharp roll.
This ain't gonna go well. Hey, alright.
Okay. That is
That's a
9.
4 and a 6.
But the 6 on there, this 4 on there is
Oh,
weird.
so that's 8. Never mind. That's
No,
4
I
and 4.
bumped it. It was a 6 and a 4.
Okay, so
Nine.
you got 8.
These
8,
many.
9. No, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 plus 4 is not 10. 6. Stop it. You said a number, now I'm all confused. 6,
6.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Jesus fucking
11.
Christ.
What'd you get?
I got a 9.
9. Okay, the two of y'all notice you think he had like a coil of rope on his waist. It was a whip.
The barkeep?
Yeah, the bartender.
Watch him nay nay.
Hello, granddaughters. See if Emma gets that reference. I don't
I
care.
hate you.
I
So
used a picture of Trevor Belmont for a warden in one of their Dresden games.
And we met him in the past, and then we met him in the future, and he was old and had dementia because he was like 100-something years old. And he kept calling us his granddaughters.
200 something. It's like they go to the nursing home. Oh, granddaughters.
Literally not related to us.
Nope.
How's
granddaughters.
he gonna know?
Right.
Oh God, a wizard with dementia just sounds dangerous.
Yes.
Yes.
That's literally the whole point of like Mordenkainen in Barovia, right? He's literally nutso.
Mordenkainen's been nutso.
Yeah, but he's more nutso than usual because he blanked himself.
That's true. Anyway, so your horse.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in a minute, Jibbis.
Is your horse drunk too?
I mean, that barrel didn't look like water, it was all foamy, so maybe?
So what did you trip over, my child? What did
Hey,
you
trip. What am I tripping
What's
now?
it? Probably not trip over. I mean,
I ain't tripping now. Put the mug down because it was empty, and then it disappeared and went poof. But it actually poofed, because if it poofed, I think there would be like, God running around with a top bat,
Everybody give me read a bad situation as y'all are doing this.
Let's-
You're just gonna keep giving me all my flat rolls, eh? Alright.
Okay, that's fine.
experience.
9.
9 or 49er.
Okay, 9 for read a bad situation. Look at your questions.
You can ask one first.
I'm gonna level up real quick.
Any dangers we haven't noticed yet? Because I ain't noticing shit, so that's a really
they're
open question.
totally dangers you haven't noticed. You're so drunk you still don't notice the dangers you don't notice. You just know there's dangers.
Oh.
I'm
No,
worried about
something
drunk
has
horse.
occurred slightly behind, or in one of the buildings behind the bar.
Okay.
You hear a scream. So I'm going to give you that's the danger you haven't noticed.
Alright.
Okay, I am going to ask, after hearing a scream, what is the best way in?
Well, it's New Orleans. The front doors and the windows are all the same size.
I heard it behind the bar.
It's in a building behind the bar. There's
So, we'll have to, alley around?
okay, so here's the blacksmith shop.
Right.
Here's a road. I'm not worried about actual fucking
Yeah.
layouts in New
Right.
Orleans.
Yeah.
So it's down the road. There's like a house or two, or a building or two down. You heard a scream.
I'll be following, but I need a potty break right now.
All right. Actually, let's all take a
Oh.
quick break. So Claire doesn't. If she tunes in and doesn't like, you know what?
But, most of that time at the front was us just
Oh,
listening.
100%.
So,
Yeah. We'll be right back, y'all.
after these messages.
Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry, a little bit longer break because we went out to the shed and wandered through the garden at night.
We had to say hi to the fireflies.
And tomatoes.
And the meters.
So, you heard a scream, a couple buildings down.
Tally ho.
Don't you want to go check?
Hold on, are you just charging in?
Yes.
Okay, and which is that ability again?
What could go wrong? I get to hold 2.
Which 2 do you hold?
Do I have to declare them now? It just says you may spend your hold 2, and it gives the 3 options.
Where are your 3 options again?
Inflicting a harm, reducing someone's harm suffered by 1, taking 2 forward on an act under pressure.
Nope, you don't have to do anything yet. I was making sure that it wasn't like a hold 1, hold 2 for like investigate a mystery or anything like that. Because double checking the abilities. So this dude that y'all saw get his mug stolen with a drunk horse just starts charging at the house that had a screen and barrels through you know what? Roll me a d6. Evens or odds, door or window.
I want odds for windows. 2 door.
Just slams into the door. Roll me tough.
Where does he go?
I don't know. That, I don't.
I would like to go ahead and spend a luck.
Okay, what happens when you spend luck?
When I spend a point of luck, I find something weird, maybe even useful.
Oh my god, you got the good luck option.
I built the lucky fluke type of dude.
Our beautiful Australian himbo.
Yes.
Okay, so you watch as he just charges up. First time he hits the door, it's a solid freaking smack and nothing. Charges back, yells something unintelligible, slams through the door again. You come tumbling in, Gabbo. And what you're staring at is moderately terrifying.
Okay.
Roll me act under pressure.
I'll go ahead and spend one of my hold for the add two
The
forward.
+2.
Yeah. Alright, so that's 7 on the die, plus my regular 1 would be 8, plus 2 is 10.
Okay, you're not terrified is what you stare at, but we will now go to the rest of the party as you stare at something that is Harry staring back at you. That is very disconcerting.
Do you have a name?
Hold on. Roll me weird real quick.
Me?
Yes, roll me weird. You were just asked something. Roll me weird.
5.
Mark experience. Yeah, do whatever you're gonna say. You will say your name.
Elsie? I think maybe we should make sure he's
If you
alright.
succeeded, I was gonna say, hold on. There's some fake characters that just start asking you shit about your name.
Well, then that Miss just Elsie, that the name is just Chanterelle, and then I think we need to go in and save that normal person that just ran into
I
whatever
don't think
happened.
anything about him is normal.
The horse just walks up and is staring straight through the front door. Just
Yeah,
the whole
let's
time
just
still
go and go.
has drugged the barrel with it this entire way.
Gibbons
Let's
knows
just-
what's up. Gibbons
Let's
got
just
my
go
back.
and go in there.
Gibbons done
Because
also
then
got
I
popcorn
don't want any more blood on our hands.
or
You
face.
got no blood on your hands all over my dress.
I mean that, you know
That's in
that
your hair.
that it just smells like booze, so I don't want that kind.
Well, bourbon. I mean,
I don't want no alcoholic blood. I got to drive home tonight.
go over and make sure he didn't,
Or-
concuss himself
Exactly.
on the door.
I drew the outfit. It's a fit.
Is the knife
It is
tied to
Fred.
his leg?
Yeah, it's called a thigh holster. It's a thing because when you're sitting in saddle, you got to be able to grab stuff properly.
Oh, that we never
And
ever
to quote
did
D&D
character.
books, it's a leg thong.
We
that
had
holds
never
my
ever
knife.
did character appearances either.
I
No,
don't
we
know what
didn't.
you look
No,
like.
we will handle that here in a minute because shit's going down. I
Right.
don't think anybody's getting a good look at anybody because
Right.
this is it's taken us an hour. This has
Yeah.
been like 8 minutes.
We're going over there.
We're going
Okay,
over
so you
there.
run over there. Give me read a bad situation.
Me too, or just them?
You know you can as well. You're
That's a
face
10.
deep in the bad situation.
That's a 10.
10. All right.
Oh, also 10.
4, 8, 9.
Is that with adding your weird? That's
No,
your
it's my weird is after depression.
Okay, so I think y'all rolled 10, so that's 3.
That's
So
two of us rolling
y'all
10.
can, all of y'all doing read a bad situation. You can ask all the questions.
I'll answer all the questions for us.
All right, so what's the best way in? The open door that the Australian cowboy kicked in. What's the best way out? Just walk back down the street. Just leave.
Turn around and walk
You
away.
got like 15 feet of road and sidewalk combined. There's a bar right there that the fight has stopped. You can go right there. Are there any dangers you haven't noticed? Well, you hadn't noticed it until you saw this creature that I will describe in a minute. What's the biggest threat? The creature I just described, or I will just describe in a minute. What's the most vulnerable to me? Probably the horse. What's the best way to protect the victims? There's a bar right over there that you can go right back to. So
Just walk away. Just
you
walk
just
away.
leave. So what you see, what y'all see, what you are at the feet of is utterly terrifying. Even though it's only 4 footish tall. It's kind of hunched with a hunchback. It has its arms and legs are disproportionately long to the body that is covered in a mix of matte black and gray hair, almost like it's rolled in dust and dirt.
Okay.
And the body is obscured by this fur. The limbs are for the most part hairless, minus patches on the top of the feet and the hands. Overly long fingers, long nails, and inside the body you're assuming there's a neck, but there's just a face at the top of the matted fur pile. There seems to be spines protruding from its upper back as well.
Hush.
And its face looks like the mixture of something humanoid and canid. Like, it doesn't actually have the canine nose. It doesn't protrude that much. But let me see if I can find a better picture to describe this.
What was it going to do?
Is that underneath the...
I get to ask a investigation question.
see if I can find this image. No, phone. Don't do that. Shush. Come on. It used to pop up so quick.
That wasn't subtly sweet at all. It tasted like unsweet tea. But still better than Bojangles.
Okay, I can't find it. It's an image you know very well from Dresden that I use for a creature.
Which one?
The one that's going.
Oh, that ugly ass thing.
Yeah. The eyes are kind of glazed over, like there's a cataract or a sclera, something to it. This is definitely a creature that's not used to being in light. Its teeth are uneven, like they look like they're teeth, but they're in the wrong order and of varying sizes to make just this nasty little maw of a chainsaw. Orthodontics could not help this poor British dentition monster. Hashtag not sorry.
Well, you're just a really funky looking thing.
And what'd you ask?
What was it going to do?
You can see that there are 4 children huddled in a corner screaming. Or making the face of screaming, like they've screamed to silence. It is a silent gasp of fear coming from them. And as you notice that, this thing seems to stand up slightly taller.
Oh, that's just
Then what you want to do again, I take it there, little ugly thing.
It totally pulls out a shotgun the second you said duel. And then it pulls out another shotgun because you said duel. There's a third shotgun being held by something. I'm not going to say what. It's nipples. It just stares at you. Here.
Bearing things back at it.
It's not affected by your dentition simply because you look and you're like, I got fangs. Oh, why are there 4 rows of those fuckers in there? This is like a shark, but with like bad yellow cornflakes.
I want to try to dive toward the kiddos. I need to get between it and
Act under pressure.
I'll go ahead and spend my other hold.
Okay.
So that I'm not got any more holds there. For this, and that's 6 and 3. That's 9, 10. That's a 12er.
Okay, yeah, you 100% pull off what you want to do. You get between it and the kids.
You leave these little Ichaboddas alone, you hear me?
As you do that, you see it go, and the door slams in your faces, and you watch it run towards the back of the house.
Oh, then you think you trying to escape.
Shove
Tisk,
back through the
tisk,
door.
tisk.
All right, so hold on. You're shoving the door. Give me tough.
Oh, great.
Roll tough for me.
9.
9. Okay. You managed to get it open, but just barely. Like, as you hit it, something is physically somehow keeping the door. It's like you start to shove it open, and it's enough for you to get through. But it's almost like something is putting pressure on the other side of the door.
Now, I want to ask a point of clarification. This thing slammed the door and then ran out of the room we were in.
It was run. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I was in with
you're
it.
like you're in a living room.
Mm-hmm.
So as you dove in front of the kids and were yelling
Right.
at it, it slammed the door and booked it through the big pocket doors at the back of the room.
Okay, so through the house.
Yeah,
not
it's
past.
no, it didn't run back out the door and like lock y'all in the house and say bye, bitches.
Okay.
It's going deeper into this home
Okay.
and has slammed the door shut.
Okay.
Okay, that changes what I was gonna do. So that this layout.
Also, who has the highest weird? Roll me weird.
That's an experience. No, wait, no. Then if that is a 7.
7. You think you know what this is, but it's like it's on the tip of your fangs. It's just where you can get the little tingling. It's the start of a. It's just the start of a feeling and understanding, and it's not quite there. You know you've heard or encountered this before, but it's just escaping you.
Oh, I know I had escaped. I mean, I know that I have experienced one of these before, but other than that, it is, well, so basically that the thing is kind of like keeping the door, trying to close the door.
Okay. I don't know how big anybody is. I'm assuming the drunk Australian is the largest, except the horse, who's making friends with your bicycle, I guess. They're hanging out. Bike and horse, new game concept. It's a buddy cop.
Anyway,
so, I don't know. Are you tall, short, what?
average?
Average?
About average.
Okay, so if she can slip through, you could probably slip through.
All right.
Shanti.
Going to look at it and just going to be like, you're going to stay where you are, and I want to use magic
Well,
to
as you
bar
come
it.
in, you don't see it.
Oh, I
As
don't
you get
see
into
it.
the room, you just see the Aussie is in front of these kids that are
As
literally quite frozen with fear.
so if they've come in, I'm gonna point toward the back. I'm like, you sure you don't want to wait for like the cops or something? I don't know what you Sheila's if this is something you usually get up to.
Elsewhere.
I see what the cops around here do when something bad happens.
Yeah, elsewhere the guy.
Right.
I don't know what don't happen.
When you say like the kids are frozen, like they're just scared, or they literally are not moving.
They're frozen with fear. It's not like they're petrified.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get them out of the house, like
What?
usher them outside. 'Cause
Yeah,
it doesn't-
that was gonna be my next move too.
Okay, so you've opened the door, you've got in, you were going to command it, but you don't see it. What do you do?
Right. I am going to look at the kids being fear, and then just like one of them, I am going to, where is it? I am going to use, sure, why not? That I am basically going to do mental domination to basically try to get the kid to calm down and go,
Oh, just do that. Talk
Well,
to them.
yeah, then that'll work then more so.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just mind meld these kids. Let's do this.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna just.
Well, no, hold on. Spence is doing this. Let Spence roll.
Yeah, so I am just going to use just a normal charm instead
Yeah,
of
just roll
basically magic.
charm then, instead of dominate.
Yeah, because it's just kids.
Don't break the brains any worse than they already.
Nope, that is another experience.
You come in, you're like, hey, kids. And
No.
they see the fangs.
Forgot to
How
look at that
how
other-
old do these kids look?
The oldest one might be 12 or 13.
Okay.
But then the two younger ones are like full on still in the I wear a day gown.
Okay. So wanna turn around as best I can, like still spread eagled on in front of them. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look at the older kid. I'm like, you'll live here or you'll roy it.
Look at it.
All right. We're gonna get you out of here until we figure out what the hell that is. You get your little brothers and sisters. Yeah. Get these ankle biters out of here.
And Okay, roll me charm. Their skirt.
I'm gonna go over and.
Roll you. Hold on. Already roll before you can do help out.
8-er.
8-er. Okay, they'll do it, but you gotta give them a reason. Like you have to show them something for them to do this.
That thing will eat you.
I'm gonna take some of my I'm gonna take my ruby cufflinks out. I'm like, shinies? We're going for shinies, little ankle biters?
I don't.
My dad owns a shipping company.
I don't think it likes. The
I own
sun.
one too. It's so cool. Let's be friends. Come on.
I don't think it likes the sun. Y'all would probably be safer outside.
That is true. It
Okay,
does.
you're giving them fucking rubies, so I guess
Yeah.
the kids are. Y'all come back outside. The kids are drunk as fuck because they're on the street. Not really. They will go outside, and as they're going out, the middleest one goes, but what about Johnny upstairs?
Johnny up there.
Johnny
There's another
upstairs?
One upstairs.
He's one.
Oh.
Oh,
God.
got
We'll
it.
get where's your parents?
So that's you. You're getting them outside. What you doing?
I'm going upstairs.
Okay, you're going upstairs and you hear a baby cry.
I'm going upstairs. Why are you doing this to me?
So as you get in the door, you see this creature now closer to 5 feet tall,
Oh,
just looming over a cradle.
Hey!
Are you yelling at it or what you doing?
Yeah, I'm yelling at it.
It's not turning as you yell. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, roll me
I
some,
don't have magic. I'm gonna shoot it.
roll me some kick some ass. That's how close you are.
Oh no, my stuff is bad. I'm gonna burn a luck.
What happens when you burn luck?
Searcher special. When you spend a point of luck, your first encounter comes up in play. It could be a flashback, a new occurrence, or related event.
Okay, what was your first occurrence with the supernatural?
Oh, I hadn't decided yet.
The UFO done landed
Oh, I
in the
saw-
front
I
yard.
I had a cryptid run-in when I was a young girl.
I ran into Bigfoot in Atlanta. He was getting a sandwich.
He was walking down Peachtree Street.
oh my God.
I can't stand you.
He had a hoagie and chicken and waffles and a whole barrel of bourbon. He's just like,
You give me a headache.
he just showed up. Oh yeah, don't notice me, eh? I'm just down here on vacation. You betcha.
So all Bigfoot are Canadian now?
Or Wisconsin.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They ain't got any poutine.
All right.
I haven't gotten any that specific yet.
We just gave you
You got any Hortons down here? I really need a good cup of coffee.
God.
No. Hold please. Tim Hortons has the worst refund policy for anything that doesn't get delivered or that actually just isn't, like, you don't get your food. It's ridiculous.
I will go ahead and say this. All I know about Tim Hortons is they make McDonald's coffee taste good.
So I hear.
There's people that will fight you over that.
They're Canadian. What are they going to do? Try to burn down the White House again?
Ah.
Hashtag that happened, War
Yeah, I
1512.
know.
They'll come down here and get lost and melt.
I
It's
quit.
hot as fuck.
I'm done. I'm done.
Actually, Canadians are low-key pretty chill as shit, so like, unless you mess with the poutine in the Tim Hortons.
Mm.
Have I just called? They're gonna send swans or geese down here, aren't they? You're gonna wake up tomorrow. The yard's full of
We're not gonna
Canadian.
finish.
Go ahead. So you spend your luck. What's your harm?
2.
2. You clip it. It spins and looks at you, and it hawks the nastiest loogie directly in your face.
Ew.
Take 1 harm,
Pausing. It's pausing.
and you have a -1 going forward because you are covered in a viscous phlegm.
Ugh.
Why are you dripping with goo?
It's all over your face, and as you peel it, it's sticking. And there's bits and pieces of detritus in it as well. And don't floss.
Oh, gross.
Alright,
Oh, God.
what you got?
Going to go upstairs, and then after hearing that, just gonna like, well, she's gonna just basically run up and just right on the neck. So gotta roll tough.
Okay, now I'm going to say, since you're aiming at the neck and this thing has a whole bunch of fur, I'm going to make you roll that at disadvantage because of just the geography.
3 and a 2.
3 and a 2.
Because you have to take the 2 lower.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spin it for a 12.
Alright, what happens when you spend luck?
Whenever that I spend a point of luck, that your monster side gains power. Your curse may become stronger, or another breed disadvantage may manifest.
Okay, so you bite this, and as you bite into it, you end up pulling some of it into you as you bite it on the neck. And you start to feel the light that's coming into the nursery window that is directly over the doorway below. And you start feeling the skin up your arm blister for 2, which means you take 1
Right.
harm.
Okay.
You reduce it. So you take 1 harm as you are now, as you look, like you're biting into it, and if you were to pull your arm back, you watch as it has blistered up, and you're starting to see it calcify at the edges.
I'm not gonna do that again.
So how much is your bite?
My bite is 4.
Okay, you drop it.
Just
There is, you literally have a mouthful of blood-soaked fur, and as you look at this, as it's now on the ground, and it starts to slowly turn into dust, this is a humbug.
that was on the tip of my fangs, a humbug.
It's a humbug. It's a subspecies of fetch, a phobophage. They feed on fear, and they gain more power. Another name for a humbug is a boogeyman.
Goddamn boogeyman. The hell?
Outside with the kids. Heard them running upstairs. Heard a gunshot. I'm assuming the baby is crying much louder.
Yeah.
I'm still wanting to talk to the oldest kid there and say, where are your parents?
The kid. Dad's at the shop and Mom's out.
Like, what? Like shopping?
Mom's out. More to look at you. Mom's out. The little son. Out.
Do I need to roll something to figure? Because Neysa doesn't even know what the hell's happening here.
You know what? I'll allow you to roll a sharp roll to figure out what these kids mean by all 3 of them saying, almost in unison at the same time, Mom's out.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. My flat sharps. Yeah.
Mom is out.
Snake eyes.
Mom's just, their mom's out. They obviously don't know.
You like ponies?
That's a horse.
We're fun. Well, you gotta be pedantic about it. Picking up the kids and starting to load them onto the back of my
What other
horse.
one? He's pooping.
They do that. You do that too. You just don't do it out in the open. Putting kids on the back of the horse, and I'm gonna start leading them out to Bourbon Street.
I got 3 rich kids on the back of a horse.
You
on
said
Bourbon
4. Did I lose one somewhere?
4's the baby.
Stop kidnapping children.
You said there were 4 downstairs and then the one upstairs.
upstairs.
Okay,
Was that
yeah, so you
misspeak,
got
or-
the middlest one is the smallest of the 2 middle ones, okay? So you got 4 kids on the back of a horse going to Bourbon Street while there's still one barroom fight going on. Got it.
Well,
Great
I don't
babysitting.
know where their parents are. I'm
We're
look-
Australian. This is normal.
I know there was at least one copper, one
Oh,
Bobby on the street. So
That dude's getting drunk. He magically lifted up a fucking streetcar.
all I know is I'm also drunk.
As you get out there, the ambulance is out there. Like the ambulance
I'm
cart.
gonna punch you on principle.
They have like this one dude. Where are my legs? Right over there.
All I know, because you didn't say if there was an outlet to this alley, so I'm backtracking.
Got it. You could have gone to Rampart. Either way, the roads go. We got it. You're taking these kids to Bourbon Street. Have fun. Back to the
Trying
room
to find
with
some
the.
help.
Back to the room with the crying baby. You'll notice that there is a young African American woman of very light skin, passed out on the floor, just about 2 feet away from the cradle.
And can I do investigate on her?
I mean, I'm gonna say at this point, she probably passed out from a 5-foot-tall furry bug man monster running in through the door, screaming at her and then screaming at the baby.
I'm gonna bend down.
That
and
she
try to wake her
seemed
up.
unconscious.
She's unconscious. I'm not gonna make you roll anything. She's literally just passed out of fear.
I'm gonna bend down over her, and just
You got
Kinda
smelling salts?
tap her on the face, trying to wake her up.
You know what? Roll me charm.
She passed out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna make you roll tough. Like, wake the fuck up.
I don't want to do that. Shit. Okay. I think I woke her up.
This is your game. That's all I'm gonna say. Is Monster of the Week is your game on what you're doing.
I don't know. I almost gained experience.
So that's an 11.
Yes.
You pop her and she's like,
You all right?
she starts speaking French.
Oh hell.
Since I don't speak French, the subtitles are just underneath speaking foreign language.
Okay, then that. I have a +2 sharp, plus 300 years of vampirism.
Roll for 300 years of vampirism.
Roll for being able to speak one of the most common educated languages of the modern era in 1884.
That'd be a 9 on sharp.
Yeah, you got French. You speak French. And she basically, since I do not know how to speak French, other than je ne parle pas français. Je suis le pirate, je suis le roi de pirate.
Je suis Gabriel. Je suis un pamplemousse. I'm a grapefruit.
Je suis un bear.
Je suis un bear. That's good. That's soul. Also, Creole, squirrel.
I still ain't
Je ne parle pas. Fuck you.
I don't even remember why I started saying that.
No. For me, it would be no speckins that fuck you. Anyway, yeah, she starts to sit up. She's speaking French. She's asking what happened, and as she's sitting up, the thing has just turned into ash.
Just gonna be like.
Other than there, you do notice that there is a bone left behind.
I'm going to go over with my cryptid hunting stuff.
Put your gloves on, you get the tongs out, you poke it in the little paper,
It's,
the
I'm
wax paper
not
bag.
trying to make it like super conspicuous, but I'm trying to kind of
You
scoop
see-
some of it up and
You're CSIing this shit.
Spread the hoop skirt so that it provides a shield, a curtain between you and the.
You spread the
normie.
hoop skirt, you dive down now, to the tiny lab. All the ribs of this thing are now your whole little tiny mobile cryptid
Oh my
lab.
god.
That's not even what I meant, but I love it.
I kind of love this too. Like it's like, why does that skirt have such a big booty on it? Well,
Yes.
that's where I keep the cryptid
that's where the
lab.
secrets are.
The bustles are where we keep the secrets. Yes.
I actually gotta go.
Run quickly. Be swift as the wind.
Ow!
Ow.
Shit.
But while Shanti is talking to the Nene, I'm going to be just kind of gathering up some remains of it. So
Okay,
that
I will tell you what you can write this on your character sheet. You have found a bone. And you probably have a pouch of ash. Ash pouch.
Pouch of
Put in the
Humbug ash.
you put the ash pouch in the bustle.
Pouch of boogeyman ash. Got it.
I will
Blame it on the
basically respond with that we had heard a loud noise. Must have been one of the drunkards or something, and that that you had passed out because of the noise or something.
I got out of Dodge so I didn't get blamed.
Safe.
With the children.
So, as she sits up, That's when y'all notice that there is a bullet hole in the wall.
I rolled a 12 and I missed.
No, you hit it. It just went
Poof.
through it. Bullets can do that.
Especially, Derringer bullets.
I mean, I don't know. Is it a Derringer?
I
Is
don't know.
we're gonna go. It's a conical bullet, not a ball.
Yeah.
Or else it would have hit the ceiling because of fucking
Ricochet physics.
shit. Dude.
Is there a nick on the bone?
Yeah, there is. It hit the rib. It went there. But so there's the plaster's cracked. The baby's cracked, and she gets up. She immediately goes to the baby, and you hear her saying, "Oh no, the mistress is not going to be happy. The mistress not going to be happy. Oh, we gotta get the police." Like she's just, and I will say this: you, being 300 years old, realize this is probably a good time to not be around when the cops show up. There's a bullet hole in a rich New Orleanian's house.
Miss Elise, we may need to take our departure. I'm gonna say that in English, full English.
Elsie, I
Oh,
agree.
Elsie, sorry.
I think we should get out of here. I look out the windows, like, where the hell's the Australian?
You just see 4 kids on a horse being led to Bourbon Street.
Where the hell is he going?
I just don't know. I
Well,
don't
we
know.
gotta stop him before he gets charged with kidnapping.
When we get to Bourbon Street, I'm gonna be looking for anybody who might be able to help. I'm not wandering off down Bourbon Street. I'm just trying to.
Okay. As you get around the corner.
No, that's what I'm trying to make it clear that I'm not going all the way around the corner. I'm
No,
just
I'm
going
saying
straight out to Bourbon.
as you're heading straight out, something pulls you around the corner a little bit. And what you're staring at is a man of middling height, has native features to his face, has longer hair that is tucked underneath a top hat, and he's wearing a very nice jacket, vest, very small point nez over his nose. Just looks at you. Oh, hello.
Are you the one that made the mug disappear from the curb?
No,
Are you wearing a tote bag? You're some kind of magician, yeah?
in sorts. You're gonna want to send those kids home. And by the way,
Oh no,
there's
we're
a-
looking for cops. There's an
no,
intruder in their
the
house.
cops- I have that handled. Over
Oh,
there, they have a really nice bowl of chili. Why don't you go ahead and go?
Yeah. No, I don't know about.
Give me a weird.
with my -1. Sure. That's cocked. Alright, that's 9 on the die, but -1, so 8.
You feel a compulsion in the back of your brain to chili sounds good.
Okay, so but the kids are on my horse,
Yeah.
and he's saying I should get the kids home, so that means I need to turn around to
Yeah,
deliver the
that's
kids
fine.
first.
That's fine. All that's, but you just have a compulsion. Man, chili sounds really good.
Get the kids home, get chilled.
So, alright. I'm gonna have Gibbets backing up down the alley rather than
As you
trying
turn
to
around, Gibbets is like, chili sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah,
We're
are
backing up
probably
down the
coming
alley
back
to
out
get
of
the
the
kids
house.
back to
As y'all come back, the horses just walk up the kids.
Oh,
And
I
the
guess-
oldest one, the littlest one.
That your mom is okay. That she had woke up and she's taking care
That's
of the
not,
little one.
that's not their mother.
Their mom's out.
That is definitely not their mother.
That's Tabby. Tabby watches. That's like the middlest one saying. Then the baby goes, "Horse ride fucking sucks."
Let's get you down off that horse.
You got a mouth ankle bite, I can tell you.
That's the help, the nanny. That's definitely not
Oh.
their mother.
Man.
I was trying to be
Politically correct.
Politically correct.
Once all
She is okay. Technically, yes, she's the nanny.
That's why I said the help.
once all the kids are off the horse, then I'm gonna say, all right, you kids go back inside then. Guess
And
wait
as
for
they're
your
doing
mommy
that,
to.
Don't worry,
the
it's
drunk
gone.
officer, the gunshot. What?
Yeah, I don't know nothing
There was
about
a
the
drunk,
gun
there
show. We
was
were
a
just
drunk
trying
or
to
something
keep.
that got in this
Just
house.
you point at the house, just staggers in.
We are gonna walk the other way.
I'm gonna make sure he's not gonna accuse the nanny of nothing.
They just walk. The officers, but you see him hit the there's that bit of a trip. He doesn't fall, but everybody knows that they've caught their toe on
Yeah.
like when there's just like a half inch more than you thought was going to be there.
Officer,
But
the nanny's in there. She witnessed something, but she passed out. I think there was a drunkard that came in and scared her and the children.
Beside you, man. And he just runs in.
What'd he say?
Beside man.
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
I'll be wandering back to the mouth of the alley. Is dude in top hat still there?
You watch as this man of middle height. He's a wider individual. Is just walking and humming a little tune as he heads towards the restaurant he pointed that has good chili.
Alright, I'm headed to that restaurant and trying not to like walk in front of him or like get too close to him though, because that's a little weird still. But I'm gonna hitch Gibbets up to a trough and I'm gonna make sure there's actually water there because I know he don't want a hangover in the morning.
Funny thing is, Gibbets never gets a hangover.
I don't know. I'm assuming that he's gonna have a hangover. So.
You always
Not bad to
do.
put your horses.
You always assume that Gibbets is like the fuck. Okay, water. I'm a horse. I'm gonna pee on something in a minute. It's gonna be like a flat rock.
But yeah, I'll go into this restaurant, I guess, order some chili.
Well, as you do that, you see that he's at a table, and he just waves and then points at. And oddly enough, there's 3 seats at this table.
Not including the one he's in.
His would make the 4th.
There are 3 empty seats.
There are 3 empty seats.
Can I roll any? Because like Neysa would like to know if I can roll anything else to see if I can figure anything else out before I actually.
Oh,
take a
totally.
seat.
Roll me investigate mystery. Y'all see the Australian heading towards a restaurant.
A what?
A restaurant.
A restaurant.
Fuck.
God.
I took my
The fuck is
experience.
a restaurant?
It's where you go to pee, but you don't buy food.
I mean, we do want to go in and at least thank him for basically getting those children out of danger.
I think that was. I'm not sure. Let's just help me get drunk and we can go sleep.
Yeah.
As you go, you see that he's. Oh, sorry. Did you actually sit at the table,
Why are you still wearing shoes?
Gabo?
Yes, because I don't know shit.
He goes, as y'all come. Oh, sit. I actually want to talk to all of you.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Mr. Tennant.
Mr. Tennant.
That tells me nothing, sir.
I will stand up to pull out the chairs for the ladies.
Oh, I'm Mr. Tennant.
You are such a gentleman.
Please have a seat. Do y'all like chili?
I suppose.
I like chili.
That's
Do y'all like cheese-covered potatoes? They have these newest things. They've been around for a little bit, but they've really picked on down here. You put cheese over a bunch of thin-cut potatoes.
I'm sorry. How do you know who we are? Why do you want to
Oh, I don't know
talk to
who you
us?
are. I just saw what you did, and you did good. And I'd like you to sit down and buy you lunch.
Alright.
Okay, that's fair.
Never turn nose up at Free Tucker.
Also, this place makes a killer lasagna.
I don't know.
Lasagna.
But,
It's like noodle and cake.
but do they actually have an Italian in the kitchen? Because otherwise it ain't gonna be right.
Well, he said his name was Giuseppe.
It says his name is Giuseppe or his name is Giuseppe.
He said it was Giuseppe.
He's Puerto Rican.
God damn, Emily.
What? You remember what that Anthony Bourdain always said?
That is true, but that also comes off as slightly off color.
Say it.
So then you saw what we did.
Yeah.
Wait, what we do?
We saved lives today.
Oh, you dealt with a humbug.
Yes.
What's,
The boogeyman.
Yeah, boogeyman.
wait.
The big
Wait.
furry thing.
Yeah, the furry thing.
Was Charles Dickens here?
What?
No, Charles Dickens.
Well, I didn't
wasn't
ask
there.
his name. He might have gone by that.
The humbug? Or the kids? Wait,
Oh.
what?
everything I know about Humbugs, his first name might have been Seymour if his last name was Dickens.
There are ladies here, sir.
who
Also,
are
take your
you?
hat off at the table.
No,
Acting
I
like a
don't do that.
half-hour gentleman over here.
I don't take my hat off, trust me.
Who are you?
Oh,
Other
My-
than Mr. Tennant, what is you? Who are you?
well, I am the Silent Lord of New Orleans.
What does that mean?
It means that I guard this place and I find people who make my job easier.
You got like you're a god or something?
No, that's the Loa. Well,
Lower end of what?
don't do that around them. But that's funny.
At the lower.
So you're some kind
We
of
will
guardian?
explain it later.
Well, it's all of y'all give me a sharp check real quick.
Okay. 12.
6.
Mark experience.
Hey, leveled up.
12.
12. Mr. Tennant's ears are slightly pointed, which he looks at you. Okay, I'm gonna level. I am a Fae.
Alright.
I
Alright.
claim this city as my Dennis. After Titania and I had a little disagreement. You know, the Sealy court. No, this one doesn't get it.
No, I read the books.
Midsummer.
Yeah.
Alright.
I sort of know what you're
Titania is
talking
all about growth, and that does include bacteria, which is infectious. And I had an issue with that, and so I got kicked out. So I came here. The climate's nice. The people are nice. You can find some wonderful furniture if you stick to the right stores. So this is mine. I work with some of the other entities here. And since you did good and seem to be in the know, I'd like to hire you to make my job slightly easier as the Secret Lord of New Orleans.
Make it easier how?
So that I don't have to actually show up and I can enjoy a cup of coffee.
What is it we need to do?
Deal with issues like you just dealt with.
So spooky supernatural things.
Most. There's a few that we let lie, like Saint Germain we leave alone. He's here, we leave him alone. The Loa we leave alone.
Okay.
Lalaurie we leave alone.
Everyone should leave Lottery alone.
Laveau we leave alone.
Yeah. Her shop's really nice though.
That's bullshit. It's all touristy. Her house is actually 2 ones down. It's the bar that has really good butter rum. We don't leave the Catholic priest alone. We mess with him all the time because he never locks the door right. I let the little folks go in there and move some things around. You know how priest freaks out when a crucifix moves across the room? It's great. Anyway, I would like to hire you. That if there's a job I can't deal with, don't want to deal with, that maybe if I get a call, you'll help with.
Well, I mean,
I can get you a house. I have a house. It's just over there on the ridge.
I'm here to look up and see interesting things. So
I mean, I'm here to basically train those up in the art of just fencing. So
Okay.
I didn't plan on leaving anytime soon.
me neither.
I'm here for a good time. I didn't know I was here for a long time.
But that depends on how you do it. A long time in New Orleans could be 60 seconds if you take the wrong turn off the docks and meet a knife. I mean, it does take the rest of your life to get to that point, which sounds more impressive than when you actually do the math.
That almost sounded like a threat.
Yeah, just don't take a wrong turn on the dock. Don't go to Babinos.
I mean, then I just gotta just find some.
You're talking really fast.
I am absolutely not. You're just really drunk, so everything's going in slow motion.
And this is why that I can't necessarily do any late night snacks, if you will, because then.
Oh, I can find you those. You leech.
So that's sober ones.
Hey, that's a lady. I mean, I don't want to be struck by
as
lightning,
he's-
but that's
as
a
he's-
lady.
As he smiles, you watch. Okay, you're weird, and your weird lets you know it's a glamour. You have no weird. Fangs grow. The one, the teeth go back to normal. Hasn't acquired taste. Look, we have a lot of people that come through the riverboats and through the train station. We can find you a snack every so often.
It is just only just a little bit. I don't want to try to turn.
I'll just make sure they don't have the hepatitis.
Thank you.
Anyway, if you would agree to this, I will give you one thing that most mortals, city mortals, don't get.
What was that?
One of my names. I've given you a title, but I'll give you one of my names. And that'll be our contract. Sound good?
I was in, but yeah, alright.
That I will play. Sure.
Wait. What sort of value does that even have?
It
We'll
has a
explain it
lot
later.
more value than that you will ever imagine.
I didn't make my millions taking business deals for things I didn't know the value of.
No, you made your millions by falsifying how much gold was actually in a hill somewhere in Australia.
No, I made my first million by having my ships running around and taking things where they needed to be.
Folks like Mr.
Only made the
Tennant-
recent
Mr.
millions.
Tennant,
Folks
As
with
you
gold.
keep explaining the legitimate way you made money, you just watch this individual smiling.
Folks like Mr. Tennant here aren't like normal people. They have power in their names.
I mean that I have to change my first name every 50 years or so.
But
I don't change my last name. I just change my first name. My mom gave me the middle name. It's got to stay.
Getting the name of the Fae is sort of a big deal.
Yes, it really
But-
is.
okay, look. But what's it trade for?
It means a favor.
Basically, there.
Yeah.
Okay, but that could be a favor of a glass of milk when I'm hungover, or that could be a favor of literally owning the
No,
world.
more.
That's
than
more on you than on me, though.
a more powerful
It's
favor.
a
We
favor.
will
It's a
explain
favor
it
you
over
come
dinner.
up with.
It's up to you to use it.
You call in the favor.
I thought that was a Janie.
That's a wish.
It doesn't. That.
Is it not the same sort of contract thing?
No.
No,
You just gotta be real specific with
Yes.
your favor.
With the Janie too.
not.
You don't go asking for your loved one to come back and
He's
then
kind
you know
of
they're dead.
implying. Oh, chili.
Ooh,
He's implying more like a monkey's paw. No, this isn't a monkey's paw.
No, I thought we were dealing with humbugs.
You killed the humbug. You dealt with it. You dealt with it very well.
She
Thank you
killed
for
the
saving the kids.
ugh, it's still in my mouth.
It's-
We could
I'm-
probably get some toothpicks.
It's fine.
No, basically, knowing a Fae's name, pardon the way I phrase this, is leverage.
Not wrong.
Leverage to get something you want because you know something about them that others won't.
Yeah. So, do we have a deal?
I'm in.
If we say no, we walk away.
He'll walk away to a horse that I think he's drunk.
Yeah, it'll be fine in the morning. He always is.
If you walk away, you walk away.
And if we decide at a later date to walk off without fulfilling said contract, there's no repercussion. It's simply just unfulfilled contract. We don't get the pay.
You don't get the wish. Now, if you claim it, or sorry, the favor. If you cash in the favor early, then you have to keep working. Yeah. So if you don't cash it in and you decide to leave, okay.
All right, we'll see where that goes.
Just holds out a hand. for everybody to touch.
Touches.
You can call me Donald.
All right.
Don't. I will stab you with a spoon.
So, that is where we will end this, how everybody met, so that we don't have to do, I saved you, we're related, we were lovers.
Right.
We somehow met at a Kmart in 1800. So let's do some experience here. Did we conclude the current mystery? Yes.
Yes.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes.
Yes. Did we learn something new? There's no way this is a no because you all just met each
Yeah.
other. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
Yes. So we got all 4. That means you get 2 experience.
That'll be a level up.
I didn't get a level up.
I already leveled up, but now I have 2 experience.
Okay, so that's where we'll end tonight's session, and I think we'll do this weekly if everybody can, so that we can knock it out probably by the end of this month, maybe sometime in July. Because once late July / early August hits here,
Yeah.
we're 100% on Freya watch.
Right.
So, the only thing we did not get to is to creating additional faces, and we will do that next session, because I wouldn't mind having some help creating some NPCs.
Okay.
So, thank you everybody for watching. We didn't do this at the top of the hour, but through the rest of this month, we are partnered with One Tree Planted. Every dollar you donate to us through our charity will go to One Tree Planted and will result in another tree planted. So please help the environment, cleaner oxygen, make Persephone happy, and also for the woodworkers out there, give us something to work with in the future. We are, well, you're here, so you can do
Yes.
this. Socials.
I was waiting. I'm making sure you weren't going to start trying to say it.
Help.
We are Team Bonus Section of course, on here on Twitch, on Facebook, on our website, teambonusection.com, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can see all of our previous episodes and all of our podcasts and every such thing. We're also on the Hellscape that is Twitter at @bonus_team. And the best way to see when we're going live is either there or on Facebook.
Okay. This Sunday we will have kitchen table. Misha sent links to me on Messenger. You should try to make more evil happen with her. Like y'all should message and make terrible,
No, I already
terrible
made
things.
Knox mad enough as it is.
Let Misha take the heat for a minute.
Yeah, he and Cannon are already mad at me.
So he'll take water away from Misha again, like he's Nestle.
God.
Anyway, we'll be back on Monday with Holy Winds, and then we'll have Redwell on Wednesday, and Thursday again with the Exposition. And I think Saturday after that we'll be back with Marigold, the other Monster of the Week game we're playing, where not our poor Nate made the mistake of getting Bosch, Topher, and me to play brothers.
Oh.
Anyway, so thank you all very much for watching. If you see this again on YouTube, please give us a watch and go to our website. Also, we are getting closer and closer to Extra Life season, which will donate to Children's Hospital. Please watch us then. And since Knox is not here,
Don't let your meat loaf. Good night, everybody. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Ring the bell. Click the thumb.
Do the thing.
Become a super fan.
Oh, it hurts.
do we have super fans?